Africa is home to over 700 species of snakes, and about 180 of them are venomous. But did you know that the snake with the most powerful venom isn't the one that kills the most people? We shall be looking at the top 10 most venomous snakes in Africa, and this is going to be based on a combined average of toxicity, aggression, and human fatalities. Personally, I find the second on the list the most fascinating, but it could be the first on the list that stands out for you. So stay till the end to find out for yourself. Number 10, the Mozambique spitting cobra. This is one of the most dangerous spitting cobras in Africa, and this is because it has the ability to spit venom and deliver fatal bites. It injects a cocktail of cytotoxins which can lead to tissue damage and even amputations, and neurotoxins that attack the nervous system, leading to drowsiness and respiratory failure. When spitting, it aims directly at the eyes, causing extreme pain, swelling, and even blindness if untreated. It accounts for a few hundred deaths per year, but thousands of cases of permanent disfigurement due to tissue damage. Thankfully, antivenom is available and it costs about $1,600 to treat a victim. These snakes are found in countries like Angola, Botswana, Malawi, Mozambique, Namibia, South Africa, Tanzania, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. Number 9, the snouted cobra. The snouted cobra is considered one of the largest cobras in Africa, often exceeding 2.5 meters in length. It has an intimidating hood display, but usually bites only when cornered or provoked. It is less likely to spit venom compared to spitting cobras and generally avoids human contact. The venom is neurotoxic, which causes respiratory paralysis, muscle weakness, blurred vision, and difficulty swallowing. With some cytotoxic properties contained in the venom, it can also cause tissue damage and swelling, though not as extreme as spitting cobras. Without treatment, death usually occurs from respiratory failure. Although an exact data is lacking, however, snouted cobras are estimated to cause a few dozens of human fatalities per year in rural southern Africa. Deaths are fewer mainly because antivenom is available and widely used. In severe cases, treatment can cost around $1,000 to $2,000. These guys are found mainly in southern Africa in countries like South Africa, Botswana, Namibia, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, and Eswatini. Number 8 is the Gaboon Viper. This snake holds the record for the longest fangs of any snake, up to 5 centimeters. It has the highest venom yield per bite of any snake in the world, and it is the largest viper in Africa. What a record, what a reputation. It is not an aggressive snake, and so it rarely bites unless stepped on or provoked, but when it does, envenomation is massive. Its venom is a cocktail of cytotoxin and hemotoxin with some cardiotoxic properties. The cytotoxin causes massive tissue destruction, swelling, blistering, and necrosis, and the hemotoxin leads to internal bleeding, hypotension, organ failure, and sometimes cardiac arrest. Bites are underreported in rural Africa, but when bites occur, mortality is very high if untreated because of the massive venom injection. This snake is believed to cause hundreds of deaths annually across Africa, and severe bites may cost about $1,500 to $3,000 to treat. Delayed treatment leads to permanent disability, amputation, or death. These guys are found mainly in countries like Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana, Gabon, DR Congo, Uganda, and Tanzania. Now, there's something worthy of note. The Gaboon Viper is one of Africa's most feared snakes, not because it bites often, but because when it does, the venom dose is massive and catastrophic. Number 7 on the list is the Green Mamba. It is known for being fast, agile, and living mostly in trees. It is less aggressive than its cousin, the black mamba, and usually flees from humans, but will defend itself by striking repeatedly with great speed if threatened. Because it spends much time in trees, many bites occur when people climb up trees. The venom is highly neurotoxic, but less potent per dose when compared to the black mamba. This causes dizziness, blurred vision, difficulty in breathing, paralysis, and respiratory failure. This leads to death in a few hours without treatment, and it is estimated to cause dozens of fatalities annually in rural Africa. Mortality is very high without antivenom, but with prompt medical care, survival is possible. Treatment requires multiple vials of antivenoms, which can cost about 1,000 to 2,000 US dollars in total treatment cost. These snakes are found in countries like Kenya, Tanzania, Malawi, Mozambique, South Africa, Senegal, Guinea, Ivory Coast, Ghana, and Nigeria. Number 6 on the list is the Cape Cobra. This snake is considered one of the most dangerous cobras in Africa because of its highly potent venom. The Cape Cobra is generally nervous and alert, will often flee but can become very aggressive when cornered. It is nicknamed the yellow cobra because of its wide color variation, which can be yellow, brown, reddish, or even black. The venom is primarily neurotoxic but with some cytotoxic and hemotoxic components. It is so extremely potent that it is considered one of the most toxic venoms of any African cobra. Bite symptoms include drowsiness, blurred vision, difficulty speaking, paralysis, and respiratory failure. Unlike spitting cobras, local tissue damage is less severe, but systemic effects are rapid and life-threatening, and death occurs in less than 2 to 6 hours without treatment. The Cape Cobra is a major cause of snakebite fatalities in South Africa, with a high mortality rate due to venom potency and rapid symptom onset. There is no available exact statistics, but it causes dozens to possibly hundreds of deaths annually in Southern Africa. Antivenom is available but may cost around 1,000 to 2,000 US dollars to treat a victim. These snakes are found exclusively in countries like South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, and Angola. Number 4 on the list is the Forest Cobra. Know that this is the largest true cobra in Africa, reaching up to a staggering 3 meters in length. This guy is bold and highly defensive when threatened, and unlike some cobras, it rarely spits venom, but rather it relies on its ability to deliver a powerful bite. It is an excellent climber and swimmer, often found in trees near rivers or lakes, and usually encounters with humans are dangerous because of its size, speed, and venom yield. The venom is neurotoxic with some cytotoxic properties which cause dizziness, blurred vision, drooping eyelids, muscle paralysis, difficulty breathing, and respiratory failure. Other symptoms include pain and swelling. It delivers a large volume of venom per bite, making envenomation extremely serious, therefore responsible for significant fatalities of hundreds of people in Central and West Africa. The mortality rate is very high without prompt antivenom treatment, which often exceeds 1,500 to 3,000 US dollars. In many rural hospitals across Central Africa, antivenom is scarce or unaffordable, which increases the death rate. These snakes are widely distributed across West, Central, and parts of East Africa in countries like Guinea, Sierra Leone, Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, Gabon, DR Congo, Uganda, Tanzania, and Angola. It is important to note that the Forest Cobra is Africa's largest cobra and one of its deadliest, combining size, aggression, and a high venom yield, which makes it feared in Central and West Africa. Number 4 on the list is the Egyptian Cobra. This is one of the most iconic cobras in history. It is believed to be the snake that killed Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt before the Roman Empire took over. It is highly dangerous, but generally shy and avoids confrontation when possible. When threatened, it raises its hood and hisses loudly and might strike if provoked. It is less aggressive than spitting cobras, but still responsible for many bites in North Africa. The venom is primarily neurotoxic with some cytotoxic elements, and this causes drowsiness, dizziness, blurred vision, muscle paralysis, and respiratory failure. It can also cause local tissue damage, but systemic effects are the real threat. Untreated bites can kill in 6 to 12 hours depending on venom dose and bite location. Egyptian cobras are a leading cause of snakebite death in North Africa, estimated to cause hundreds of fatalities annually, especially in rural Egypt, Libya, and Sudan. Mortality rate is very high without treatment, but survivable with prompt medical intervention. Antivenom is available in major hospitals in Egypt and North Africa, but less so in rural areas. Severe bites may require over 1,000 to 2,000 US dollars for treatment, and these snakes are widely distributed in North Africa and parts of sub-Saharan Africa in countries like Egypt, Libya, Algeria, Morocco, Sudan, Ethiopia, Chad, Mali, Senegal, and other parts of East Africa. Number 3 on the list is the puff adder. Considered the most widespread and one of the deadliest snakes in Africa, it is responsible for more snakebite deaths in Africa than any other species due to its wide distribution and habit of staying still without avoiding human confrontations. What a reputation! It often bites because people accidentally step on it and does not move away when approached. This snake is known for its distinctive puffing hiss, which is a warning sign which gave rise to the name puff adder. The venom is cytotoxic and hemotoxic, which causes massive swelling, blistering, tissue destruction, and necrosis. Severe cases lead to gangrene, amputations, or permanent disability. Systemic effects include internal bleeding, shock, and organ failure. These snakes are responsible for the highest number of snake bites fatalities in Africa. They are estimated to cause tens of thousands of bites annually, with thousands of deaths across the continent. High mortality rate is recorded in rural areas with no antivenom access, and total treatment may exceed 2,000 to 3,000 US dollars. This is the most widely distributed venomous snake in Africa, as it is found almost everywhere in nearly all of sub-Saharan Africa, North Africa edges, and parts of the Arabian Peninsula. It is important to remember that the puff adder is Africa's #1 killer snake, not because it has the most toxic venom, but because it is almost everywhere, well camouflaged, and quick to strike when stepped on. Number 2 on the list is the Boomslang. Boomslang means tree snake in both the Dutch and Afrikaans language, and this is because it is almost always on trees. It is shy and non-aggressive. It will flee if approached. It rarely bites humans, however, most bites occur when the snake is handled or provoked. Despite its calm behavior, it is among the most venomous snakes in Africa. Wait, it is actually the most venomous snake in all of Africa, as its venom is the most potent per bite of any other snake in Africa. The venom is hemotoxic with anticoagulant properties, and this prevents blood from clotting, leading to uncontrollable internal and external bleeding. Bite symptoms include bleeding from gums, nose, and puncture sites. Organ hemorrhage and brain bleeding are also symptoms. Death usually results from cerebral hemorrhage, shock, or multi-organ failure. And symptoms may appear slowly, usually hours later, which can give a false sense of safety before the victim collapses. There are extremely rare cases of human death since it is shy and avoids confrontation. Therefore, it is responsible for only a small percentage of snake bites in Africa. When bites occur and are untreated, mortality is at 100%. An antivenom exists specifically developed for boomslang bite, and about 2,000 US dollars is required for treatment, depending on severity. These snakes are found throughout sub-Saharan Africa in countries like South Africa, Eswatini, Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Malawi, Zambia, Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, and DR Congo. And the number 1 on the list is the Black Mamba. The Black Mamba is widely regarded as Africa's most feared snake. The bite is also known as the kiss of death. It is highly aggressive when threatened, though usually avoids humans if possible. It can incredibly raise a third of its body, spread a narrow hood, and strike repeatedly when provoked. It is extremely fast, reaching a speed of up to 20 kilometers per hour. It is actually one of the fastest snakes in the world. This guy is also known for delivering multiple rapid bites in a single encounter. The venom is neurotoxic, which affects the nervous system, and bite symptoms include dizziness, blurred vision, difficulty swallowing, slurred speech, and muscle paralysis. The onset of symptoms is very rapid, usually within 10 to 20 minutes, and without treatment, death can occur in 6 to 16 hours or less. Each bite delivers large quantities of venom, just enough to kill several humans at a time. Estimated to cause hundreds of deaths annually in sub-Saharan Africa, they are one of the leading causes of snakebite fatalities in Africa alongside puff adders. Effective antivenoms are available, which must be administered quickly, as survival without it is almost impossible. These snakes are found in countries like South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Malawi, Zambia, Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, Ethiopia, and certain parts of DR Congo. The black mamba is Africa's most notorious snake. It is fast, defensive, and extremely deadly. Without immediate access to antivenom, a bite is almost always fatal. Thank you for watching this video. Tell us if you agree with our ranking or the subject you would have us talk about next in the comments below. Please like and share this video and also subscribe to the channel for more top 10 videos.